So I was just thinking about the left and the right and collectivism and individualism, equality and tolerance and a lack thereof. The left likes to claim inclusiveness and tolerance, equal rights as theirs. And they like to paint the right as racist and homophobe. They just use the bigot paintbrush for everybody that's not the left. If you disagree with them, you automatically become some sort of racist. So the left likes to use words like inclusiveness and equality, but yet they divide everybody. They divide you into race, sex, gender, economic class, social class, what part of the world you're from, how you got to this part of the world, and what religion you are. They break you down into every subgroup that they can come up with, and then they use these as wedge issues. Either you're oppressed, or you're an oppressor, or you're a victim, or you're a bully. They pick winners, they pick losers, they have their favorite groups that they put up on a pedestal, and then they have their not so favorite groups that they, open season on. You can say whatever you want to some groups, you can do whatever you want to some groups, and it doesn't matter, because they're going to just call you a racist, and apparently you're a racist. So it's funny, the right, who preaches individual liberty and gets painted as the bigots, are the truly inclusive party, or inclusive side, because it's based on the individual. And you have to respect the individual's rights, the individual's property. If you expect them to respect yours, you have to respect theirs, and you have a mutual consent. You don't have to get along, you don't have to agree with everything, but you have a mutual respect for one another, and therefore society can function normally at this point. But when you start using all these issues as wedges to divide people, that's when you create the problems. That's when you create the victims. And when you create a victim, you got to have the oppressor, and it creates all this chaos. And that's what the left does. And when you try to tell them this, when you try to explain facts to the left, they don't listen. They just shout. They shout racist. They call you a Nazi. They say you're literally Hitler. We've been hearing a lot of this in the past year. It's really come to the forefront how intolerant the left actually is. Just think about it. Next time you see this in action, think about why a person is being labeled a racist. Maybe it's just because they disagree with someone on the left. But are they really a racist or a homophobe because they have a different point of view on a subject? And watch how the left, how they react, how they just scream and shout and act violent. They don't debate. They don't have points to debate. They use emotion. They play with emotion a lot, because they know, think about the last time you were really angry, or even really excited and happy, or when you're in love. You don't think straight, right? Because your emotions are clouding your judgment. And that's what the left uses. They get you on emotional issues. And they get you to cloud your judgment, and you don't think clearly. You think, oh, I have to help this person, or oh, I feel so bad for that person because of their situation. But you don't look at what's causing the situation clearly. You just feel bad, and your judgment is clouded, and you don't think correctly. This is how the left gets people to react to things. They go on emotion, and they use buzzwords like racist and homophobe, and they just keep saying it, and they keep throwing it out there. And then when that don't work, they step it up to violence, and they attack things, they break things. Anyway, I was just thinking about this stuff, and it's kind of ironic, sad, but think about it. Next time you see it, next time you come across this, next time you read about it, really step back and think about the difference between individualism and collectivism, true equality versus this kind of forced socialism equality, where you take it from one group of people and give it to another group of people, as opposed to merit, earning what you get. So just think of the nuances and the words and how they're being used and played. Anyway, that's about it. I was thinking about this, and I wanted to get it out there. If you have any comments on this, anything to say, write them below in the comment box. If you like this, go ahead and like the video. Subscribe to my channel if you already haven't. And on that note, I'm out of here.